All right. You ready for me?
We're
Hello,
ready, Marcy.
everybody. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Marcie Taylor. Do you want to ride my jeepney?
That's
Okay,
awesome.
guys. That is special for Freedom Friday, guys. I'm sharing a jeepney from one of the many Philippine festivals that are happening this year in the West Coast in LA. By day, I am in marketing. I have a creative marketing agency. I am also a writer, and I am here though as a representative of FilAm Arts. I'm the vice chairperson of the board of directors. And FilAm Arts is a nonprofit dedicated to promoting and preserving Philippine art and culture and supporting Filipino American artists across various disciplines, including music, theater, culinary, martial arts, and all that good stuff. So I look forward to this conversation today. Salamat!
I want to put Marcy, and I want to put you on the spot because I think you're similar in the music entertainment production, and kind of go back to you to how you got into it, and then leading to what you are now as really an entrepreneur too. Maybe you can kind of give us your flavor of that too.
First of all, Sarai and I are fast best friends, even if we just met online yesterday.
We are.
Our paths are
That's
similar,
good.
and look, we look so cute. Look at this. She's the blonde one, guys. I'm the brunette. But anyway, unlike Sarai, though, I cannot sing to save my life. So that is not that's not my gift. I'm the Filipino who cannot sing or dance, and I'm not a nurse. Ooh. Am I even Filipino? Anyway, but I've never been afraid of going up on stage or introducing and sharing other people's talents, and so that's how I got started. I am a Manila girl, not an island girl, so I worked at a popular radio station that is now defunct in Manila. It was called NU 107, the home of new rock. That was the voice. And people think I was a DJ, but I actually wasn't. I was in marketing even back then. However, rock fans would recognize me because when we had live shows and such, I was the one on stage. So that's my background in music. And since then, I love nurturing um, talent. And I have this big thing for Filipino artists or any artist, Asian, American, anybody, to create their own music. I do enjoy a good cover band or a good cover artist, but I think to truly move forward or to share your voice, you should write your own songs and perform your own songs. Not your own, but someone can create for you. So that's like my big push, and I have supported that through the productions that I have been involved in here in the US, in the Filipino American community, in the Asian American community. Um, and then, of course, my playground is digital. So there's so many ways to get your let your voice be heard now. And they're free, guys. You've got Instagram, you've got YouTube, TikTok. So there's so many avenues that kids like Carlo, are you a kid? Can explore that maybe we didn't have during our time. It was harder to break through. So it's exciting. So I like being able to help um, talent like that leverage the platforms that we have, like this. Like, come on, we could have had, or maybe we can get Carlo to sing later.
Oh
But
yes, I
this
would
is
love
one
to. Send me an
platform,
email and I will fly right there.
Yeah, well, that would be awesome. By the way,
You so good for our festival. Yes.
yeah,
Anyway,
If you don't
that's
mind having a classical, if you don't mind me singing Filipino classical music,
yes.
I'm your guy.
Of everybody, anybody. But Art, you said you sing too. See, at least you can sing.
more of a dancer than that. I can keep up on the dance floor because
Yeah.
you guys are both entrepreneurs in your own fashion. And one of the things that I think this show can provide from examples, all three of you folks, is what can we do? We're leaders in our community. Well, what can we do? Not only help other entrepreneurs, what do what I'll try to get feedback on things that you've done that entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs, especially in the Filipinos, should be doing. I think one of the opportunities is really talking about branding because you guys are both marketing people, right?
Yes.
So, Marcie, you can talk a little about the branding, the importance of branding, and how, we're subject matter experts. More you folks than me. I'm an insurance real estate, so I actually look for you guys to market my brand. So tell me about that. Tell me about Marcie, and then Soraya after it. How would you help a Filipino business owner like myself market brands, or even brands from the Philippines that want to come into the U.S.? How would you take that challenge?
Okay, so first of all, I just want to backtrack. FilAm Arts is also a nonprofit, um, and we promote artists, support Filipino American culture, and things like that. Um, it's interesting because being in a nonprofit, funds are tight, so we do need kind of an entrepreneurial mindset with the nonprofits that we're involved in, right, Sarai?
Absolutely.
So the question was, is it the mindset question or the branding? Okay, so the branding isn't just your logo. So that's the first thing people have to remember, that it is everything about your product or service. It is your mission, your vision, and all that. And then you see what the brand is, visually and stuff. I want to shout out, because you wanted to connect with Filipino American brands. There are some strong Filipino American owned brands that are breaking through now to the mainstream. And it's not like they're saying, oh, this is a Filipino brand. They're just really good products, and they happen to be of Filipino descent, right? And what's cool is you can see the touches of their Filipino or Asian culture in their products. So I will mention Sanzo, which is a drink. Have you all seen Sanzo? It's
No,
like
tell
a
me about it.
sparkling beverage. So it has Asian flavors, right? It's available in Whole Foods, and across other markets. I think he was originally from New York, actually. So the product's called Sanzo. They have flavors like lychee, very Asian flavors. And he found that, hey, there was this gap. When you have your LaCroix out there wasn't one with Asian flavors. And so that's what happened. So the next time you go to Whole Foods or whatever favorite, there you go. See,
Oh, there it is.
yes.
Nice.
So that's what it is, bridging cultures and Asian flavors. But yes, he's very Filipino, and he, supports what we can, and that's what we want to do. We gotta support each other as well, right? Calamansi, of course.
Is that brand in the East Coast yet? How far have you?
Yes, I believe it started in the East Coast, but he is only a few years into it. So getting distribution, you can go online, I'm sure, to buy it. It tastes good. That's what I love about it. It
Well,
actually tastes
That's
good.
what we're about, by the way. I mean, if there's one thing that comes out of this show is take those brands and let's prove the concept out. Let's get
For
those
sure.
brands into the Boston market. That's one of my missions after this show. Everybody knows I don't stand around.
Oh, I have one more thing to add. So that's one, right? Those are basic marketing and branding concepts, but unique to Filipino American or Asian American community is to connect with your community, because we will support each other. So that's the thing. So I'm so glad I told you about these brands, because now you're going to look for it, right? So we raise, I mean, it's people always say Filipinos have crab mentality, and that is still true. It still happens. But let's not be those guys. Let's be the ones that uplift each other and things like that. Another fun project that I was involved with that involved marketing and branding and stuff was the Broadway musical Here Lies Love on Broadway. So I was involved with that because our executive director, FilAm Arts, Giselle Tonji, she was one of the producers. There were many Filipinos involved, and she told me, because we worked together on FilAm Arts, hey, what can we do to connect with the Filipino community across the East Coast and beyond? And so I put together my love of design and food. You're gonna love this. I came up with a little map, or like a little zine, like a map of all the Filipino restaurants that I curated, in New York through the five boroughs. So
Wow.
when you watched the musical, you got this little map, and then we dropped copies of the map all over New York and stuff. So that was fun to get to know. It was fun to eat my way through New York as well.
Yeah, you
So I'm
represent
coming for you,
France.
Boston.
Question here. This is for both Marcie and Sarai. So, in your experience, what does long-term success really look like in the music and entertainment industry, and how has your definition of success evolved over time?
That is deep. Oh, by the way, I speak Tagalog, so that warrants me saying medyo malalim yung tanong. It's quite deep, so it's
There's a
hard to
Miss
put our
Universe
thoughts
level of
together.
question. Miss Universe level of questions
Okay,
here.
what is? I know, right? I want world peace, guys. I love my long-legged. Come on, I gotta say all the things. In your, what does long-term success look like in the music industry and entertainment? Long-term success. I'm gonna go with, I guess, it all boils down to like good music or good projects that stand the test of time. So Carlo, your example, Kundiman, yes, that's very Filipino. They're not trying to be anything else. They are Filipino love songs, right?
Yes.
And we are a loving people. So it's like it's true to us, and that's why the Dahil Sayos and all those songs stand the test of time. So you must start with good bones for to experience any kind of longevity. And then how has my thought of success changed? Well, because I am older, I don't think it's like the number of followers. I don't think it's how many likes I got and things like that. I think success is, the connections I've made, the relationships I've built. And so that goes with, especially in the entertainment industry, that's a very relationship driven industry, right? It's you're working with people like in a production. It's so cool. Like I said, I've not been like a performer on stage, but if you are the PA or something, you are so connected to the outcome of that show. Like you are part of it. So to me, that is successful. It's the relationships built through the productions and the connections made. So that's my measure of success right now. It's like, oh, how many new friends did I make?
So jumping off of this, because I totally agree. So what's one lesson that we can all learn about community building that that every artist or entrepreneur should know that can be helpful?
First of all, connect. Like I keep saying it, but connect with your community, because I moved from the East Coast to the West Coast, the reverse of Sarai.
Oh.
And I already observed that the communities are different. Like your East Coast Filipino American community is very different from the West Coast one. Even musical tastes are different. Guys, when I first moved to California, I went to the festival that I'm working on right now, and then I go, "Whoa, that's a lot of hip hop, guys," because that was the West Coast mentality, and that wasn't the music style in the East Coast. So that's interesting. So it's for any artist, connect with your community, because come on, those are opportunities to perform. Honestly, right? Um, but also, I just want to emphasize that like Sarai wrote her own songs, develop your own style, because we're so talented, anybody can cover, Adele, or all those, Celine Dion. Come on, everybody can do Celine Dion except me, who cannot sing, like I said. But there are so many of those people that already do that. Why is he top of mind? You said Filipino Bruno Mars. Why? Because he writes his own music, and before he performed them himself, he wrote for other people too. But it's his own voice. So one, if you're just starting, and yes, you will sing covers, try to make it your own. If you're going to cover, right? Make it your own. Connect with your community. Be open to performing at that small cafe at Kuya J's Cafe, or any cafe. Go beyond your family reunion. Be brave. You can kaya mo yan. You can do this.
Yeah.
And it'll shine through. And then practical advice for both entrepreneurs and performers and entertainers is make use of the platforms that are available, the Instagram, the TikTok, the Facebook and stuff. Make use of it. It's there. So get creative and do the work, because you can't just like post one video and then that's it, right? You post consistently, you engage with the people that like your video or saw your video. Like if you notice right now, I keep on looking down. It's because I'm trying to participate in the chat as well as a viewer of this show right now. So that's very important to engage with people and be open, like Sarai said, open to other experiences. And my last advice is, because I've noticed this with not just like young Filipinos, but Filipinos in general, we're afraid to ask, right? So like, oh, can I perform? Can I join your group? Nahihiya ka. You're shy. You don't want to ask that. Like, who am I? Why should I perform in that? Don't be afraid to ask, guys, because the worst thing that can happen is people say no. And so go to the next opportunity. So there. It's so exciting to be with you guys. And so if it sounds like I'm like being encouraging, it's because that's the energy in this room.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Let's go.
We got an event on September 13th. It's going to be a festival.
Woo.
Maybe, I don't know. Are you familiar with that, Marcie?
Yes, that is our big event. Yes,
Yeah.
look, it's my shirt.
You
So
know-
that's our big event.
You know about
It's it's the Festival of Filipino Arts and Culture in San Pedro. That's just outside of LA. In the past, we've had the Lea Salongas and stuff, but I just wanted to share. Like, I'm going to segue real quick. You guys, I know we're in the event section, but I want to hype this event so you will plan your trip to California for September 13th. So Ruby Ibarra is a rapper, artist, and also helped develop the COVID vaccine. But anyway, she's in the news now because she won the NPR Tiny Desk contest, and she is Filipino. And the song has Tagalog words. It's called Bakunawa. She started on the Festival of Filipino Arts and Culture stage as a teenager. She's from the Bay Area, but she came down to Southern California, and she performed in something we called like the Discovery. Back then it was called Generation Stage. She was a teenager spitting out rhymes, and then she evolved, went on to the main stage. And then last year, she actually now has a record label. So she curated the artists that performed. And then now, so we're all out supporting her because of her song, Bakunawa. And her voice is now heard across the country. So that's an example of giving back and supporting each other, right? And just growing through it all. And that's just my plug for the Festival of Filipino Arts and Culture.
Awesome.
FPAC, September 13.
Thank you so much. That was the best way to end the show. Great job hosting, guys. Awesome. And so great connecting with you, Marcie. You're like my sister already, so thank you.
We're going to connect Marcie.
Come on over,
Yeah, you are
guys.
now. We're all
Marcie, I'll
voting.
shoot you an email because I'm interested in
Yeah,
performing
well,
for that
sure.
festival.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still have time to fly out here, but I do need to get to Boston. I've never been, guys. So
We'll be your hosts.
We're great
We'll
hosts.
be your hosts.
Let's get you here. We'll make
Okay.
sure we show you everything from lobster. You got to be a lobster foodie too, right? So,
Yeah.
ooh, it's a foodie tour. I love it.
yeah. Anyway,
Thanks, everybody. Happy
Thank you,
Friday.
guys.
Happy weekend.
happy weekend, everybody. Enjoy.
Maraming salamat.
Filipinos are a force in music and entertainment. Fearless, dynamic, and undeniably talented. With powerful vocals, magnetic stage presence, and a natural gift for storytelling, they thrive in every corner of the industry. From songwriting and performing to directing, producing, and beyond, their creativity knows no limits, blending global styles with a unique Filipino flair. Whether on international stages, digital platforms, or behind the scenes, Filipinos continue to rise, proving they don't just belong in the spotlight, they own it. To be featured, call or text 781-399-5433, DM us on Facebook, or email support@filipinosin.com.